Hi guys, my name is Gillie. Welcome to my sweet digs, also known as Casa de Señor Gato. Before you come in, make sure you subscribe below and come on in. I live in Prospect Park South in Brooklyn. I pay $14.95 a month, which I know is a really good price for New York, especially for like a good size, true one bedroom. This is my first solo apartment. I love being able to decorate the whole space on my terms, so it's been really great. This is my kitchen, which leads into my dining room. I'm a food writer and I write a lot about home cooking and kitchen tips and tricks, so I spend a lot of time in my kitchen. Because of my job, when I'm eating out at restaurants, it's usually a lot of indulgent foods, alcohol, things like that, which are all great, but when I'm at home, it's a lot of very fresh, produce-heavy food. Because I write about food and beverages, I'll get sent a lot of liquor, but I actually don't, ironically, drink very much when I'm just alone at home because I'm more of a social drinker. Unless people are coming over, my booze just kind of sits there and awaits someone for me to make a cocktail for. This is my living room. I pick up a lot of things when I'm traveling from my home. One of my great finds were these Moroccan poufs, which I got in the souk in Marrakesh. They'll actually sell them to you empty so you can haul them back in your carry-on, but then it actually takes a lot more fabric than you might think to fill them. I'm pretty sure I've got like 3 old comforters and tons of towels just to fill up these things. When I'm traveling, I always try to look for local antique stores, flea markets, places where you're gonna find authentic local pieces. Señor Gato is my lovely framed cat. I refer to him as my roommate because he's lived with me for like over 10 years. I think I got him at a Goodwill for like $1 and I just thought like, this is the kitschiest thing I've ever seen and I love it. He lived in my dorms in college and all of my apartments since, so my apartment gets its nickname after him. The question I most get about my apartment is, where can I get stuff for my own gallery wall and how can I build it up? I would say just take your time. I love going to thrift stores, antique stores, flea markets. Whenever I'm traveling, like I said, I like to pick up a piece of art or something unique from a flea market there that can really remind me of a place. One of my favorite things were these 2 mirrors above my TV stand. I got them at the Brooklyn Flea from a vendor. One of his friends is a Broadway set designer, and they look like they're very heavy antique mirrors, but they actually weigh like a pound a piece. They're made out of plastic, really lightweight and affordable, and I love them. Definitely my biggest splurge was probably the couch, just because it's kind of the most substantial item in my apartment. My couch was a little over $800, which was especially a lot when you just moved into an apartment and just had to pay, you know, your down payment and your broker fee and all that. This is my office/closet. This room used to be just a walk-in closet. I had shelves for shoes and clothing racks. Then I realized it would be a much more practical use to turn it into an office because I do work from home and it can get easy to get distracted and not want to get your work done. So I thought it would really help to have a designated space. This is my bathroom. My least favorite room of my apartment is definitely the bathroom. It's very small and it's definitely where you see the most age of the apartment. I've tried to dress it up with a few cute curtains and a poster from one of my favorite bands, but otherwise it's not the nicest bathroom in the world. This is the bedroom. Because the rest of my apartment was pretty busy, I wanted the bedroom to be more of like a tranquil, neutral space, really calming, where I could just really relax and not think about work or anything else stressing me out. This is the first apartment where I didn't have control over the heating system. The first winter when the central heating came on, it started making these loud banging noises and I thought that something was about to explode in my apartment and thought maybe I should evacuate. Because it is an older building, the windows are very drafty, so in the dead of winter it gets extremely cold. Luckily I have a space heater in here that also looks like a cozy little fireplace. I have tons of blankets and just pile myself up in layers all winter long so I don't get too cold. I love living alone. I travel a lot for work, so when I am in New York, I love having my own space to unwind. I can definitely be a bit of a homebody, especially in the winter when it's just too cold. I don't want to go outside. I just want to be cozied up, so I love having my own space. Thanks so much for watching my sweet digs. For more videos, click here, and to subscribe, click here.